Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Have you ever felt that the final days somehow feel the heaviest and the most beautiful? When a journey is almost over, there's something in the air. That feeling of wanting to hold time just a little longer, while knowing that every beautiful moment is, in fact, meant to become a memory. Vietnam is almost over. And in these final days, Jimin and Jungkook seem to be giving us everything, not through grand gestures or exaggerated drama, but through honest laughter, gazes that linger a second longer, and a closeness that feels increasingly effortless. This season feels like a season of healing. So, warming. And honestly, are you starting to wonder too? Will this more romantic season be closed in the most romantic way possible? Let's talk about it together. Slowly. Because what we're witnessing might be far deeper than just a journey. The last days always have their own way of feeling heavier and more beautiful. There's something in the air when a journey is nearing its end, a mix of wanting to hold on a little longer and accepting that every moment, no matter how beautiful, is meant to turn into a memory. Vietnam is coming to an end. And whether intentionally or not, Jimin and Jungkook seem to have chosen to give everything during these final days. Not with anything excessive, not with staged dramatic scenes, but through the smallest things that feel the most honest, carefree laughter, gazes that linger just a bit longer, and a presence that feels increasingly inseparable. This season truly feels like a season of healing. The visuals are soft, the rhythm is calm, and every moment seems to invite us to breathe more slowly. From parasailing together, where they laugh high above as if the world no longer has any weight, to releasing lanterns into the river, letting those small lights carry prayers and hopes away. Everything feels like a warm hug. Comforting. And honestly, wouldn't it be natural for our hearts to start wondering? Is it possible that this more romantic season will be closed in the most romantic way? Imagine a quiet night, calm water, a gentle breeze, and on a boat, there are only the two of them. No intrusive camera lights. No noise from the outside world. No pressure to be funny, charming, or perfect. Just two people sitting side by side, letting the silence speak for them. Not a loud date or one filled with big surprises, but simple, sincere togetherness. Shoulders brushing. Almost no distance at all. And within that silence, there's a comfort that's hard to explain. A feeling that only appears when someone truly feels safe beside another person. If this season is truly about warmth, healing, and a closeness that keeps becoming more real, then an ending like that feels right. Because romance doesn't always mean luxury or grandeur. Sometimes, romance exists in simplicity that feels genuine. And if this journey really ends with a date on a boat, then perhaps this is the most beautiful kind of ending, quiet, soft, and full of feeling. This show, without exaggeration, has truly become a happy pill for many of us. A safe space to pause from a tiring world. A place to smile without reason, to feel warmth without conditions. And it's hard not to hope that a journey like this won't end here. But just when the atmosphere feels the calmest, the most emotional, they return to being themselves. A game begins. And as always, everything changes in a matter of seconds. It all starts with Jimin's shout. His tone rises, full of protest, half panicked, half dramatic. Then, without warning, the distance between them disappears completely. They face each other. Too close. Too intense. Foreheads almost touching. Faces only inches apart. Hands gripping each other's clothes as if stepping back is no longer an option. This is not anger. This is not conflict. This is Jikook energy. An energy that has always felt far too alive to be called ordinary. Jimin looks noisy, flustered, emotional. He protests, he reacts, he seems like he wants to step away, but never actually does. And Jungkook? He's calm. Too calm. The small smile on his face says everything. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying the chaos he created. He's enjoying every reaction from Jimin. Every shout, every small movement, every second where the distance between them disappears. Jungkook always knows which buttons to press. And he presses them without hesitation. What stands out the most isn't the intensity, but what they don't do. They don't step back. They don't create distance. They don't try to break the closeness. Instead, everything feels instinctive, natural, comfortable, as if personal space is a concept that simply doesn't apply to them. Look at Jungkook's smile in that moment. It's not a victorious smile. It's the smile of someone genuinely enjoying every second, the teasing, the reactions, and the closeness itself. And Jimin? Even as he shouts and protests, he stays right there. He doesn't walk away. He doesn't avoid it. As if there's always something pulling him back into Jungkook's space. A place where his emotions can be messy and he's still fully accepted. At this point, their argument looks more intimate than most romantic scenes on television. And why are your faces that close? Why does neither of you feel the need to create distance? Sometimes, closeness like this doesn't need a definition. It simply exists. It's felt, and it's allowed to grow in its own way. And this is why this show feels so special. Because it doesn't only give us sweet moments, but noisy ones too. Not just warm silence, but chaos filled with laughter. Healing and madness, calm and intensity, all coexisting, just like Jimin and Jungkook themselves. So now I want to ask you, do you think Jungkook simply enjoys teasing Jimin a little too much? Or is this the way they speak to each other without words? Because if closeness like this is their language, then we're all witnessing something far deeper than just a journey. And maybe this is what makes this journey feel so special. Not only because of the sweet moments or beautiful visuals, but because all emotions, silence, laughter, chaos, and closeness exist side by side, just like Jimin and Jungkook themselves. Sometimes, romance doesn't need to be defined. It's simply felt. In distances that never truly exist, in reactions too honest to be staged, and in comfort that remains even when the world feels loud. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Jungkook is just enjoying teasing Jimin? Or is this their language, a way of communicating without words? Write your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoy soft and meaningful moments like these, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next story. Because as long as they keep walking side by side, we'll always have stories to feel together.